Welcome back to the China Law 101 video series. I'm your host, Edgar Choi from Law in a Minute. Today, we shall discuss about a very serious and fair topic on criminal law, and that is whether or not you have the right to remain silent during a police interrogation. I will compare common differences between Western and Chinese criminal legal systems, explain on the right of silence in China and how arrest and detention works. If you have watched any Hollywood movie, you have definitely heard this before in a scene when somebody gets arrested. The police officer will handcuff the suspect and say, "You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used in the court of law against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one will be provided to you." The actor will then probably reply, "I need a lawyer. Give me my phone call." However, this is not the case in China. Our slogan here is leniency to those who confess and severity to those who resist. Let's take a quick look at Article 118 of the Criminal Procedure Law, which reads, "When interrogating a criminal suspect, the investigators shall first ask the criminal suspect whether or not he has committed any criminal act, and let him state the circumstances of his guilt or explain his innocence. Then they may ask him questions. The criminal suspect shall answer the investigator's questions truthfully, but he shall have the right to answer any questions that are irrelevant to the case. Therefore, it is apparent that you do not have the right to remain silent, but the right to refuse irrelevant questions. But who is entitled to define the relevancy? The police, the prosecutor, and the judge, but not the suspect. You do not have the right to be accompanied by a lawyer either when being interrogated. However, do not confuse this with the right to retain a lawyer. I will elaborate more on hiring a criminal lawyer in our next Staying Out of Trouble video, as this is a whole other topic. Another big difference between Western and Chinese criminal laws is that detainees can only meet with their lawyers and consular officials. They cannot talk to friends or family members during detention. Even after final sentencing, prisoners can only be visited by family members and not friends. Before official arrest, you can be detained for up to 37 days maximum before a prosecutor approves the arrest. After official arrest, up to 13.5 months of investigation and prosecution period is allowed by the law before formal charges must be laid. So you might be stuck in a detention facility for quite a bit of time before even being convicted. If you are detained, I would advise to ask for access to a consular representative first, because that is your right under Article 36 of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations. The police are not obligated to notify the consulate of your detention or arrest unless you ask them to do so. So make sure that you ask. One last thing that you must know is that if you break the laws of China, you are subject to the judicial system of China. Being a foreigner or not knowing the local laws is not a get-out-of-jail-free card, nor an acceptable excuse. Your embassy or consulate can neither protect you from the consequences of your actions nor override the decisions of local authorities. Therefore, you should always seek legal advice before doing something that you are unsure of the legality of, as something that is legal in your country might be illegal in China. This is the end of today's video, and I hope you have enjoyed my content. Feel free to ask me extra questions in the comment section below, and I will try my best to incorporate those in my future videos. Stay tuned for our next episode on how to get divorced in China.